I believe it's my turn to play since last time old Pete started, and last time, now hold your horses, I seem to recall you were the last one to play because you got to the 5th floor. Yeah, but I didn't start last time, and assuming we're going to play 3 games, you give me that, I'm going to take this. I know all your tricks, and I'm stronger than you because I've got cyber hands. Alright, fine, God. Dang right. Gotta respect your elder future selves is what I always say. And that phrase can never ever come back to bite me because I'm the oldest one here. Possibly the oldest person on this earth. I thought you said you were like 90-something. Yeah, well, that's because it's socially acceptable in your time to be 90, not so much to be 145. I feel like your timelines are unreliable. I feel like I can't trust what you're saying. Flips of fury. I once flipped a table so hard it turned the table inside out. What does that mean? Oh, you won't know it until you see it. It'll be a sight to behold. Much like us beating this game here eventually. Well, let's hope we behold it soon. Yeah, I gotta get back to the dystopian cyber future. I thought you hated the dystopian cyber future. Well, it's not the greatest. They make me taste test jalapeno butter all night in my dreams, but let me tell you, when you're sleeping, the pods they put you in are quite comfortable. You wouldn't think that malevolent robot overlords would really value a comfortable bed, but after they had us dream about it a whole bunch, well, there you are. They decided it was inhumane to make us sleep in the kind of beds we have now. So now we have these gel pod things filled with oxygenated liquid. Not super comfortable the first time you breathe it, but once you get used to it, there's no sleep quite like it. That sounds a little terrifying, but also, hey, I'll take your word for it. Yeah, sure beats sleeping on the couch. I mean, it's all I got aside from my bed. And you know, I can't, like, I don't want to share that with myself. That'd be too weird. Yeah, and I know I always remember me being a stingy jerk back in the day. No, I mean, you know, we all have our vices, and one of mine is a comfortable bed. No, knife shield. I like that one. Don't have anything I can sell, though. Oh dear, that's gonna be a hard one to deal with if they come over here, I tell you what. Oh no. Those pot shots will get you. Those will get you harder than the Get bots of 2078. The Get bots. Yeah, the robot overlords, they are sure good at engineering things to get you. Not super creative at naming things, though. I see. Well, that worked out just dandy, didn't it? It's just like the time our malevolent robot overlords got the animals to do their bidding. Weren't too hard to convince neither. We do not have a good history with them. Ironically, half the reason I survived the robot war was because I learned how to dodge roll. It's the one skill you're gonna need. Dodge roll. This guy here doesn't do as much dodge rolling as the rest. I like him anyways. Knife shield. Knife shield. Hoping for a dang key too, but I guess we can't have everything now, can we? If we could, we'd have the black hole gun and the super hot watch. We'd be through this thing lickety-split. But lickety-split ain't the way this game is meant to be played, no sir. You gotta grind and grind and grind and grind and pray to RNGs that you get something that'll help you out. Doing okay so far. You know, in the future, there's actually a religion that's based around the concept of RNGs and how lucky we are to have a planet that's this nice. Out of a universe of zillions and zillions of planets, we were lucky enough to get one that eventually wasn't covered in lava. Or double scorpions. Or millipedes the size of your house. Or Tyrannosauruses still existing. Some planets have to deal with that, you know. Now I should probably get this knife shield out while I still have it. I mean, I'm always going to have it, but I should get it out while I can use it. Oh boy! That guy snuck up on me real quiet like. Like a malevolent robot sneak bot. Mark 7. The Mark 1s, they had that shimmer going on like you see in games these days. The Mark 1 wasn't very effective, but the Mark 7, oh boy, they come up right behind you and give you a little tickle and you jump straight out of your skin. They'll get you. They'll get you, those Mark 7s. Dang near gave me a heart attack. Good thing I had 2 hearts to spare at the time. We realized eventually that in medicine you don't do a heart transplant. You grow 3 more, put them inside your body for later use. Really makes living quite a lot easier. Well, as much as I'm loath to give you your turn because you took my last before I've had a full playthrough because you took mine away last time, well, I suppose that I'm just gonna have to go right to the boss, seeing as I don't want to get threatened by any of those other rooms. You never know, they could have hammer time, they could have shockwave, they could have shockwave and hammer time, they could have a whole lot of nasty nonsense going on. Ah, dodge roll! Oh, that's not good. Don't like dodging that one in that position. It's right nasty, if you ask me. I wonder how quick this fight would be over if I could fire that many bullets at once. That would be cheating, but I bet you and I both don't really care at this point. That is true. Woo-hee! First 2 master rounds! Hopefully that curse doesn't catch up to us. I would very much like an ice cube, I think, to reset the cooldown faster on this knife shield because it is quite the help. It's not to say I wouldn't know what to do without it, but boy, that one might have got me right there if I hadn't added on. You should always make sure to use protection. Whether or not that protection should be knives depends entirely on what you want to accomplish. In most cases, it probably shouldn't be knives. But in this case, it absolutely should be knives. Gun QA. Had to stand in line in an actual gun queue once. Stood in line 15 hours just to get the new AMPs to serve against our current robot overlords. Probably shouldn't mention it too much because, I mean, if I have the secret to time travel, of course the robot overlords do too, but, I mean, they've sorta a little bit come to understand what a hard time it was. Still, probably shouldn't be mentioning it. Bunch of people are way more legitimately afraid of Roko's basilisk in my day than they were back in the day, because they believed that the robot overlord uprising was always going to happen. Well, with the advent of time travel, eventual advent of time travel, they figured that the robots could have come back and sabotaged us. But Roko's basilisk promised, the concept of Roko's basilisk promises eternal torture to whoever doesn't serve the robot overlords, and all I gotta put up with is tasting all these recipes for jalapeno butter, which doesn't sound like, well, it's pretty long and it's not my favorite, but eternal torture would be, sounds like it would be a little more dramatic than that, I think. Not to give them ideas or nothing. I can run and gun and shoot and fire, frick! I say frick, we don't have the same swear words in the future. Oh dear. That king is way over there, huh? Oh, there's something down here. I'm concentrating way too hard to talk to you about the sort of, nomenclature that takes place in my society in this cyber future. I said we don't swear much, but that depends. Well, we use different swear words than y'all do because we don't use reproductive swear words in the future. And here's why: people realized eventually that using fuck as a swear word, it's really does a disservice to the word. It's a concept which most people seem to enjoy. Oh boy, another one of these circly things. Oh, I do not like being caught on fire in games or in life. But at least in real life, people pay you for your drinks if you tell them a story in which you got caught on fire. Here, not so much the case. You walk into a bar and said, "Let me tell you about the time I was caught on fire," and they lean in intently, and then you say, "in a video game," and everybody loses all respect for you. Oh boy. Alright then. That seems a little like cheating to me. This one's always a solid choice. In the game, I mean, in real life, electrified bullets don't do diddly squat. Very expensive, too. Oh, that thermoclip is gonna be a real bastard. Oh boy. Alright, my turn. Did you say that you or I beat this one? Well, I don't really remember. It was despite being in the present, it was also a very, very long time ago. Oh dang, another Fortnite update has been installed. I wonder if they are, like, it's weird that they have so many updates. Doesn't that seem weird? It does seem weird. But, oh man, that's rough. I seem to recall it wasn't on this playthrough though. Yeah, you're probably right about that. Oh my word. Roller for so badly. I mean, I still wanted to have the controller for so badly. I mean, clearly, I'm not doing well having it second. So yeah, I would appreciate having it first. But you did! You did. But you're me! Well, I mean... that feels like going with the letter of the law rather than the spirit, don't you think? In any case, it looks like you're gonna get your, second game like you wanted last time. Oh no. I can't really swing in here. Oh man. Ooh, yes. Excellent. Take one more hit before perishing terribly. I can take several more hits before perishing terribly. There was a line of body armor that was their slogan in 2032-ish. Several more hits before perishing. Sold remarkably well despite the implied promise that you would eventually perish. There was a band around that time as well that decided to use it as an album name. Several more hits before perishing. They did rather well too, as I recall. Time this out. I did not time that out well enough. Alright though. Gotten hit a couple times, but fighting a boss with the sword is hardly ideal. Not what I would have chosen. But I'm hanging on to my turn, man. Well, that's respectable. I mean, this game can turn around right in a hurry. Never expected you to give up super easy, but maybe you could explore that one room. Oh man, the sword just by itself with no unpowered is still better than the literal pea shooter that is in my other inventory slot. Were there ever guns that shot peas? Do you know? Well, yes, but not in the way you're thinking. How do you mean? Well, you know Pogs? I do know Pogs. You know those fads that stick around for like a year or two and become really super popular and then die out? I do. Well, pea shooters became relevant around about 2050. Stuck around for a couple of years, then people got bored of them and they went away. Right, I have the jetpack on. Which means I can't dodge roll, but when I've got the sword, who needs it? You need it! You're gonna need it in the future! It's the only thing that'll save your life! Well, I mean, aside from that, though. To be fair, you also don't have a jetpack at that point. Do I have a jetpack ever? You will, yes, but it will become immediately obvious why jetpacks aren't very popular and not a very good idea. You see these scars on my shins? Yes. Like I just said, don't do it. Don't do the jetpack thing. I mean, unless it's inevitable to account for time paradoxes, but if you can possibly help it, don't. And I can fly over fire. That's going to be super helpful if that nonsense comes up again. I'm free on my jetpack. But not in real life! No, don't do it! I need a better gun. I need a better gun. Or some hearts. Either way would be fine. I mean, I just got some, but I will be greedy and say I prefer more. Not less. Sniping jerk face. Oh. I mean, I'm not a super duper huge fan of the sawed off, but I will take it. Have I found the shop yet? Do I have enough money to viably? Well, let's just fight the boss. You went there right away, and I will go there right away. I love this jetpack thing because I can get the F away from this snake when I need to. Glad the jetpack is one of the items that doesn't run out on you. I'm a big fan. Fan of this jetpack. Alright. I suppose that means it's your turn at the helm here. Who are you? That's oldest Pete! Wait, did we push the button? No, I don't think we did either! Old Pete says he wins once his fair shot, but it doesn't look like we have modifiers on, so we gotta go back. So I thought that you lived in the dystopian cyber future where everybody was really long-lived and like 190 years old. I have no idea what he's saying. Do you have any idea what he's saying? Well, I don't speak, I'm old, but I don't quite speak that dialect of old. I mean, I can make out a little bit of it. I think what he's saying is... Yeah, I think what he's saying is oldest Pete is about 1,000 years old, and that's just how they talk in the future. He says it's really easy on his voice, and a lot of the voices of the, well, venerable such as he is, and so that's the way they choose to communicate with each other. You know, people chat for mumbling. He says in the future they chastise us for not mumbling. Lots has changed. He says you should see the handwriting. Lazy is all get out to match the language, but what was that? Oh, he says that nobody's written anything down without assistance in computers since the robot overlords took over because they wanted to see what it was you were writing down. So is the occupation over then in your time? Yeah, that's good to know, I think. You sounded happy. Oh well. Can't afford any of that. That was a waste of a blank. Well, I mean, I know you know that. I wasn't commenting on it for your sake. Like, I wasn't making fun of you or anything, but the audience needs to know what you're saying. Like, the audience needs me to provide commentary of some sort. And, you know, maybe in, 190 years or whatever, when this is starting to come into fashion, they might be able to understand you a little bit better. He says that your audience will be way bigger in a couple thousand? Well, there will be more people on the earth, you see, for your videos to reach, and therefore you should be speaking in his language while he's playing for all the people that are watching in the future. That is something I hadn't taken into consideration. So how would you title this game in the future. I see, I think. What? He says it finally got an update in the future. This mode isn't really quite so hard that in the future, and he says he's beaten it about 5 times already. He says he learned how to dodge roll when he was about my age, and since it's a virtual reality system in the future, that's part of what made it easier, but he became an expert at dodge rolling since then, and that's why he's so good at it. These analog controls are giving him some trouble, though. So what are you currently playing in the super duper post cyber apocalypse future? Am I getting that right? Says this guy at 25. Says he's been playing it for about a couple 100 years. Oh yeah, I suppose, like, if you've got the time. Thanks to modern advancements in medicine and cyber reality time slowdowns, we totally do have that much time to spend on video games. He says it's a shame the machines he says machines still beat us mostly at video games, but we've been making some progress. Some evolution here, some technology there, and we're catching back up to them. He has to be connected to the network in order to use any of those features, though, so it's not going to do him very good here. Plus, he hasn't used a twin stick controller in... I haven't used a twin stick controller in a while, to be perfectly honest, but he's... oh my god. He hasn't used a twin stick controller in a dog's age. He says dogs now live to be hundreds of years old too, so that's super impressive. That was... What do you mean dogs live to be hundreds of years old? Well, I suppose if enough people demanded it, and I suppose they would. Real dogs or virtual dogs? wasn't very polite. You're right, the Gungeon isn't very polite either. I suppose that's fair. We've sworn at it plenty, but that was some real colorful language you used. We can't repeat what he just said. Neither in this time, nor in his time, nor in anybody else's time. That was just the worst. But I suppose it's time for all three of us to go. That was 3 games. None of us got super far. But that's it for this week. See you next time.